Yo. We back.
Yes, we back.
Another week of action. Games. We can talk about games last week. The game's going on right now. Again, it's the Josh and Denver podcast. Your boy Denver right here. Oh, you're on mute, man. Let me on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. My bad. Technical difficulties. You know how it is, man, in this new age. But yeah, like I was saying, welcome to the Josh and Denver podcast, man. We got enough material to go over. Last week's games, this week's games, some NFL news. A lot's been going on, man. We got enough to get into, bro. We got enough to get into.
Man. Let's get straight into the heat, man. Our boy AB.
Oh shoot, that's I had a feeling you wanted to tackle that one first.
We gotta talk about it first. I mean, there's just so much different opinions. Depends on where you lie and whose side you believe. You believe, it's the Buccaneers, and on their side, you believe AB's side. I mean, just crazy. To kind of get everybody a recap.
Yeah.
Apparently, from AB's team, they're saying that he was hurt. So going into the game, he had ankle injuries. It's been going on the whole season,
which is a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, and they're saying that he was not injured. He was hurt, but he's going to play through it, apparently. And so Bruce Arians, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, said, go back in the game. AB apparently told him, nah, coach, I'm not going in. I don't know if he told him that he was hurt, but apparently he told me not going in. Bruce Arians said, get in the game. You know how coaches be like? He said, nah. The coach, Bruce Arians, said, then get out the, effing game. And that's where the boy snapped, bro. He snapped, took off his jersey, his shoulder pads. It was like shirtless. It was doing snow angel in the air. Piecing out the crowd.
Yeah.
It was a wild scene, bro. Like, I think I've never really seen anything like that. I've seen other scenarios where, like, Vontae Davis, the Colts, like, he made a play in the game and they came up the sidelines and they're ready to go back in the next series. And he told the coach, I'm not going in. He's like, I'm retired. That's the only other, scenario I could think of that's happened before. But
it's still not the same, though.
It's not
the AB. It's not the to AB's extent.
So much
what AB did is kind of wild, bro. What AB did was kind of wild. Like, first of all, I feel like the story, changed a whole bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? Because on AB side, he was saying he was hurt, and the coach, Bruce Arians, basically said, "Get an effing game," and did a across the neck, slash across the neck sign, and AB just took it as disrespect. Mike Evans was trying to calm him down. Other teammates were trying to calm him down on the sideline. He's like, nah, he didn't want to wear the logo anymore because apparently he felt like he was cut in the middle of the game, and basically did all the the antics that you saw running across the field during the game, going into the locker room with his shirt off and everything like that. Then on Tampa Bay side, basically they're saying they had no knowledge of this man's injury. That's what they first said. Basically, they said they had no knowledge of his ankle, and basically the man's just refusing to go in the game. So it's just like, all right, well, you're done. You know what I'm saying? People came down to, there was different speculations. People are thinking, AB had incentives to play for, right? Apparently if he caught a certain amount of balls, received a certain amount of yardage, he would have received $1 million, an extra $1 million due to those incentives. And Tom Brady wasn't really giving him the ball in that New York Jets game. As you can see, they were losing, and Tom Brady was more favoring Gronk and other receivers, and AB felt some sort of way. So that's kind of what I was hearing too, and from the team. At least that's what they were trying to, make it out to seem. But yeah, honestly, bro, it's just the amount of stories that were coming out from, you know, both camps, bro. It's just, I don't know whose side I'm on, but I honestly don't feel like AB was right in this situation ultimately. Like, I mean, like if you hurt and you don't want to go back in the game, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like no one should force you to go back in the game. Like that's just you know, that's a foolish thing, right? But to, you know, take off your jersey and your shoulder pads and run across the stadium and you do your antics, bro, that's not a good look, bro. And you know, it led to ultimately, you know, his release from the Bucks. And I don't know if any other team is really gonna like pick him up. Like I hear the speculation, you know, people are saying, oh yeah, this man's career is not done, he's too valuable, you know, he's still a great receiver, still in his prime, whatever. I feel like there's just too much of a track history with AB, and it's not gonna, I don't feel like teams are gonna be willing to, you know, sacrifice and pick up this guy, man. I don't see it. But yeah, man, what do you think, bro? You think this man's gonna get to play still?
Nah, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna have to show a lot. Like you've seen cases where like players seem like they're out of the league, and you know maybe he could show that he got help or counseling. Like I don't think it's what I don't like is people switch the narrative real quick that he has mental issues, CTE. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa,
that's what I'm hearing
whoa.
too.
Like, are we sure about that? Like, do we know that for sure? Like,
honestly, I mean, that could be the case though.
There could be, you know, everyone was like referencing the hit against Vontaze.
Yeah, Vontaze
Perfect against Cincinnati, saying he was never the same after that hit. I mean, but
wasn't though. Apparently,
it's a lot of speculation. Like, I feel like he'd have to get diagnosed. He'd have to go like, I don't know, check himself into like a mental institute or whatever and get checked out to see if he actually like has like, I don't know, early warnings of CTE or not. But yeah, like it's hard to understand where the truth lies. Like who said one, like why would the team say that he wasn't hurt? Why would they come up with that statement right after the game? And then after that, they're acknowledging, yes, we knew he was hurt. So why are they saying that? Like,
yeah.
Like if B never said that, I'd be like, okay, like maybe I'm more on the side with the Bucks. But the fact that they said he wasn't hurt, I'm like, whoa, like it's kind of weird. And it's proven that he was hurt after the game.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Like you said, like the incentives, like I think he went on, shout out to, Full Send podcast, which it was, came out of Canada. Did you watch the
full episode, fam?
I haven't watched the full thing, but I seen a lot of it.
I watched like a good hour of it still. Good hour of it. And I'm just like, the whole time I'm thinking, like, I understand you. The whole they kind of don't want to rile AB up because the way AB was going in, you can tell he's a strong personality. Like he's definitely a strong person. Yeah. And he was irritated for the whole situation. So he really just wanted to kind of have his story out, and you just straight believe his story. And if you try to disrupt that, he'll try to act like, oh, like I don't need you to believe me, but he really doesn't want you to believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how that's what I got from the podcast too.
He's very defensive, trying to defend himself. A lot of people said that they felt that he made a lot of good points. I think some of the points he made in the podcast were like, he said, why am I on an incentive laden deal? I mean, like, why does he have to get this amount of catches, this amount of yards, like you mentioned, and this amount of TDs to get like, I think it was almost $333,000 for each different incentive.
But why.
But I'm like, why, bro? Yeah, I'm thinking like, there's no way a team can give him a fully guaranteed contract going forward. Even if next year a team takes a chance on him, he's not going to get a fully guaranteed contract. It's just like you said, it's a track history. I don't know, man. I feel like he was doing so well.
Delusional a little bit. He delusional a little bit. Like I understand his play speaks for itself, but it's not just your play. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like, I don't want to use the word professional because that's where it gets into like if you don't act a certain way as a Black person, you're not being professional. I don't want to get into that, but still you have to act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And he's gone against, acting the way that you should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like tough to say. Like I know like people try to compare him to the Chad Johnson. I think it's way different. Chad Johnson was more like market. He was trying to like, what he was doing was like not like, he wasn't trying to like, uproot authority or whatnot. Chad Johnson was just trying to like have fun. Trying to like, with his dancing and a lot of the post touchdown celebrations, which now, funny enough, ironically, the NFL actually allows post celebrations now. Now they have a celebration cam. But back when he was doing it, it was like, we're going to fine you $500K every time you do something after the touchdown. So I think that's a little different. I think Chad Johnson was more trying to market himself, more like trying to make himself more marketable with the Chad Ocho Cinco. But I definitely believe like the AB thing is like I said, I thought he was on a great path. Like before the whole like fake vaccination card, I felt like, man, like he really like had a second surge of his career. Like when everyone thought he was like, going the wrong path, and he was able to make it up in Tampa Bay, but then it just quickly like just went downhill the last like 3 weeks. Like what just happened? Like I said, like at the same time, like we both played. Like, how would you feel if a coach said, get out of the game? I wouldn't know if I'm cut or if I'm still on the team either. If a coach said that, I'd be thinking, like, because, like, we've been in, like, kind of scuffles, like, in practice, stuff like that. Coaches get out of here. But even those situations, like, it kind of scare you, like, am I on the team? Am I still on the team? Like, gonna get cut? Like, it's kind of a worse situation to be in. I can kind of reference, when I was playing football in the U.S. and like I said, I got into a scuffle with some player, like receiver DB battle, a scuffle. The coach said, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" I mean, I left early, but I mean, I was still on the team, so like I was a little worried though. But like I said, like it's very like very tough spot to be in. So I don't know, like I really want to see like because apparently all the players and the coaches were mic'd for that game, but the NFL, they have maybe the recordings, but they're not going to release it. So we don't really know the truth until they release, the recordings of the NFL films. And so it's just, I think it's a bad situation. I feel like he was doing like so good in Tampa Bay. Now, like you said, like if anybody's going to sign him, like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like he's had to prove a lot just to get signed. Unfortunately, he's probably going to like get counseling or prove something that he's changed, quote unquote, just get back in. He says for sure he's playing. He says for sure he's playing next year, but I don't know who's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, who's really gonna risk it? And bro, like I know you brought up an example of yourself, but straight up, bro, if you were in that situation, you put yourself in AB's shoes, and I mean, okay, maybe you're like, of course, our egos are not as big as AB, but if a coach told you that you're cut or that you're done, are you not going to just sit your ass on the bench still? Or you're probably, if anything, if you're going to walk out of the stadium, you're going to do so in a quiet manner. You're not going to take off the damn shoulder pads, and your jersey. You're not going to walk shirtless across the field. You're going to walk around the field, not disrupt play. Don't bring any attention to yourself. Bring yourself to the locker room. Right? That like, tell me, that's what you would do? Would you?
Yeah, I'd be mad cheesing. Like once I got in the locker room, I'd be mad cheesing.
I'd probably throw
like,
some stuff in the locker room, but in
yeah.
front of everyone in that New York Jets stadium.
Nah.
I wouldn't. Exactly.
Because the thing about football, it's such a team sport. Like it's one of those sports where like you can't.
It's not about you.
It's not about it's got to all be about the team, and so it's not like it's an individual sport, and so. If you're doing that, you're kind of showing that you're kind of like an outlier, like an outcast and whatnot. And that, once you're seen like that on a team, a football team, it's, in a team sport like football, it's very hard to integrate yourself back into the team. So, like I said, like, man, I think he's definitely done in Tampa Bay. I think Tom Brady, like that bridge is burned, especially like he said on the full
exactly. I was about to touch on that.
He's ripping his trainer. He's like telling Tom Brady, how come I'm on incentive deal when your boy Rob got a fully guaranteed contract? Why don't you
like
tell
you know why? Unless you're really delusional, bro. Like unless you're really delusional, then it's like I guess that's why you're questioning it, because it doesn't make sense. Like your play definitely speaks for itself. You technically should not be on an incentive deal. You shouldn't be on a prove it deal. But what you've done off the field more than proves why you are on that incentive deal. So you need to just suck it up and change your behavior, bro. That's honestly what it was. Instead of now you're burning bridges. I mean, like if you think about the man said to Tom, he said about Tom Brady in the Full Send podcast, Tom Brady can't do shit without himself. That's what he said. Shit by himself. Sorry.
Yeah.
He said the man we make him out to be heroic, and I know I've been a culprit of this because I usually hype up Tom Brady on this podcast. You usually are like, okay, he's getting up there in age. I don't think he can do this, but still, I mean, what he's doing is remarkable at his age, all right? And I understand you can't do anything really by yourself, but to kind of like the way you phrase it to kind of make it seem like he's not as good as people make it out to seem, like make him out to be, it's just like, why are you burning that bridge? And then you say, oh, like I didn't need Tom Brady to help me move in, you know, or like I didn't need Tom Brady to you know, extend a hand for me to move in with him. You know, basically I only moved in with him, you know, for optics, you know, whatnot. And I'm like, okay, we understand that, but like you needed those optics, you know, to make it seem that again, you know, you're not as bad of a guy, or you know what I'm saying? Like you needed that. You needed Tom Brady to extend, you know, give you an olive branch so you can get back in the league. Like Tom Brady is really the only reason why you had a job, bro. Like real talk. No quarterback was really rallying with their coach and basically saying, yo, I need AB right now. I need AB to win a Super Bowl. Ain't nobody was saying that, bro. Tom Brady did that. And that's straight facts. So I don't understand how you gonna talk about him on the podcast. Yo, honestly, any questions that come up with Tom Brady, you give him the utmost respect. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. Like, especially since like the man, when Tom Brady was asked questions, you know, during the press conference after the game, he said, I mean, I know people are trying to say, oh, Tom Brady tried to make it a mental issues thing, but he still said, yo, let's treat the situation with compassion, with empathy. He never really said anything negative towards AB, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, you just, it's like, yo, like you got to respect Tom Brady, honestly. I feel like Tom Brady is really a class act. You need to respect that man because he really opened doors for you, or left the door open for you. And now I don't know who's gonna open back up their door for you, bro.
Like, you know, definitely like the gems won't take a shot. It's gonna have to be a QB that's gonna vouch for him. And there's no starting QB that's gonna vouch for him. Like I was gonna think of like maybe like Cam Newton if he was playing well, because Cam Newton and AB, I think sometimes they train in the offseason. They kind of have
I think I've seen that too.
Yeah, they have an offseason connection. So I was like, maybe if Cam was playing well, maybe Cam could have vouched for him. But other than that, like he said, like I don't know what QB is gonna be like. Yo, stand on the desk of, you know, the GM saying bring in AB. And like to make matters worse, like, you know, not worse, but like confusing. Like right after he got released and all the drama, he released like a rap song. So I was like, bro, like I don't know why man's be doing that, dog. Like
you came from the pit, not the palace. Did you hear that song, bro?
I heard bits of it.
Listen to Huh?
I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, so he came from the pit, not the palace. The song is actually not that bad still. It's not that bad, but it's honestly, I mean, if anything, if he's just trying to promote his rap career, he's doing a good job of that. But your football career is gonna be over as a result, bro. Like the way that you're going in, like this is not beneficial to your football career at all.
Yeah. I heard even Kanye reached out and said he wanted to link with him. I'm like, yo, what is going on, dog?
Yo, I tweeted. You know what's funny? I tweeted the other day, and Dondre liked it too. I tweeted, someone said Antonio Brown is the Kanye of football, which is actually hilarious because I mean, just Kanye sometimes himself, he does some, you know, questionable things. You know what I'm saying? Just Kanye is never, he's someone that kind of rocks to the beat of his own drum, you know, just like AB. So, I mean, I feel like that's the fairest comparison that you can give.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know about AB, be like, all right, he's the Kanye of football. Like, oh, yeah, I get it.
Bro, I think one of the funny thing that I heard this week also was someone saying that the craziest interview would be Kanye, AB, and Kyrie Irving all in one room.
Oh
I was like,
gosh.
that would actually be wild. I would actually watch that. Like,
I watch it too. That would generate bare views.
Three personalities that are like so strong. Like, how would they mesh in one room?
Nah, big facts. I would love to see that. If someone could make that happen, shout out to you. Make that happen for real. But yeah, did you also hear like I don't know if it came out on the Full Sun podcast, but I heard also there was an OnlyFans model that came out and said, "Oh yeah, Bucks, you need to check if you guys need to do some COVID tests because apparently AB slept with this girl that this was like the day before the game." That is known to have done she's done like a coronavirus challenge on TikTok or something like that. She was shown licking a airplane toilet seat. Like she's just weird, bro. She's just kind of disgusting. And I don't even know how AB is messing with girls like that. But she came down with COVID and yeah, man. I mean, Bucks, seriously, you might have to check to see, might have to do some serious tests for real because AB came into contact with her the night before the game. Definitely came into contact with you guys during the New York Jets game. So
I was licking toilets, dog. You're killing
me. She was licking toilets, bro.
I seen that too. I seen another podcast too. They're talking about like, you know, he was. I think it was the Pat McAfee podcast. They're talking about like, you know, that she was like licking toilets and got viral because of that. I'm like, yo, is this propaganda or is this real? Like, what is this?
Bro, the things people do for clout to be viral, like it's too much.
The whole TikTok era, bro.
Disgusting.
Yeah, man. Insane, bro.
Yeah, I feel like we could talk about AB for like this whole episode, bro. Like literally just.
Bro. Man, if fans are tuning in, like what we just recapped was everything that just happened last week, but also the podcast, like the last 7 days with AB, like just wild, man. Wild. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Man made headlines for sure, man.
But and I feel two reasons I'm disappointed is one is because AB, he said he was on the right path. I felt like he still had a few more years left with good football. Like he was still cooking man's, you know, with his footwork. He was still in good shape. And I feel like he still had, you know, the ability to play in the 2 years, which is, you know, kind of sad. Another thing is that, you know, Tampa Bay, like, you know, they had high hopes to go to the Super Bowl. Chris Godwin's out for the year with the ACL. AB, now he's gone. So now you're relying on all of Mike Evans, and there are a few receivers. They have like Tyler Johnson and some nice receivers there. You know, young receivers, I mean. Yeah. So I feel like it's a big hit to their playoff hopes. Like it puts more pressure on Tom Brady, which, you know, he's fine with. He's been there before, but I feel like it lessens their chance of winning the Super Bowl, in my opinion. So that's two things I'm disappointed with.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, AB like it. I feel like it's an ego thing for him. You know what I'm saying? Like it really came down to, you know, him putting himself a little bit above the team. And just, you know, thinking about the amount of work that he's put in throughout the years, you know, what he deserves personally. But yeah, it's just, you know, I feel like, you know, even with it on the, like, I just gathered that from the Full Send podcast because, you know, he even subtly said that, you know, Ben Roethlisberger was his favorite QB because you see the stats on his years in Pittsburgh. You know, he was getting, you know, 100 balls a year, you know what I'm saying? Like catching 100 balls. Then when he gets to Tampa Bay, you know, he got, you know, about 45 catches, you know, because he was more of a third receiver option, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of discounted Tom Brady. And then, you know, because he was told, you know, as a result of the situation of, you know, Thing getting injured, right? You know, he was supposed to be the guy, right? They're like, okay, we need you, AB, to win the playoffs. So he's coming into you know, the Bucks, you know, playing maybe faster than he wanted to because again, he was coming off of her ankle, but he's thinking he's gonna get the same amount of targets that he probably was gonna get that he would have got back when he was in Pittsburgh, right? He did get those balls, I believe, the game before the New York Jets. But when it came to the New York Jets and it came to matchup options, it seemed like Gronk was the guy. And so Tom Brady was targeting Gronk. So I feel like that is ultimately what drove him to the point of, you know, doing what he did and acting out. I don't feel like it was really like his ankle could have been hurt, but I feel like he would have sucked it up if he was getting his catches from early. That's what I feel personally. I feel like it's really just an ego and a selfish thing, coming from his part. And it's just, it's just disappointing, man, because I mean, honestly, I root for the guy and I honestly thought he changed, and I really thought, he sucked his pride up and, accepted his role as being the third option on the team. But, the moment that he was, he's seen a glimmer of hope where it's like, all right, I might be the guy again. It just went to his head. That's what I feel, bro. And it just it sucks because it's really, it's now you're teamless. You're not no guy. You know what I'm saying? You're not anyone's option now. So it's, bruh, it's just disappointing.
Just like bad timing too. Like both times. Like this time he's supposed to get, that extra amount of money if he made those incentives. This game or this game today, that he had 2 extra games to do that. So he missed out on that money, but also when he was the Raiders, he was like, all he had to do was show up to the first game of the season and he would have got 30 million guaranteed. And you know how that happened with the Raiders, where he didn't get to the first game and didn't get that 30 million. So it's like, man, he's missed out on a lot of money on the last 2-3 years that he could have had off poor decisions. So yeah, man, it just sucks, man.
For someone who says your business is booming, like he preaches that, like that's just, that's his catchphrase, business is booming. Like he really not as business savvy as like he's really not as business savvy as he thinks he is, because like these are straight business decisions that you have to make. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that you acted out is definitely not good for business, bro. It's just not good for business, ultimately.
Oh man, AB. I want to say I would love to see him in the league next year, even though it's probably a long shot. Like I said, I would love watching him play. Super talented player, super talented receiver. Can start and stop, with the best of them. Great change of directions.
He's still a number one receiver on teams. Still,
he can still be number one receiver. A wide receiver 1 on any team right now. On a lot of teams, not say all teams, but on most teams, he could be.
A lot of teams, yeah.
So that just sucks, man. But let's get to some of these games. Let's start with last week. You want to start with the games that happened this week, going on right now?
Well, I mean, we don't really have to get into. I mean, actually, I did win last week, so maybe we should get into those games, bro.
All right, let's hint a little bit on that, and then we'll get into today's games.
Let's hit on that.
There's some good games going on right now too.
Yeah, because I got to talk about my W because I don't really get those often, so gotta make it. Gotta make it. A few weeks in a row. I'm on a little bit of a roll still. With you.
If you have Lucky Charms on.
Oh, lucky
some Lucky Charms, guy.
Don't kill me. Honestly, it's just, again, I'm making more educated decisions, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's like that, eh?
Yeah, bro. I'm on that. NFL analysis tip still.
You're a rigged dog, rigged.
We'll talk about I think the only game that I lost. It was a close game. We'll talk about the Chiefs and the Bengals. That happened week 17. That was a great game. That was an amazing game, man. Honestly, because I picked the Chiefs. So they were up early, and I was thinking, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got another W to add to the record. But when Joe Burrow started getting it going with Jamar Chase is just he's just a different human being, bro. Like that combination is going to be so deadly, bro. It's going to be so deadly. Like who knew? Like that combination was deadly in college, but you wouldn't think that it would really translate to the NFL, and it translated like seamlessly into the NFL. Right? They didn't miss a beat.
They didn't skip a beat,
right?
Nah, man.
Nah. And honestly, I found myself starting to cheer for the Bengals, bro. And I didn't even pick them. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way that they were playing. Like I'm like, I need the Bengals to bring this one home. Like you know what I'm saying? And they won on that last second field goal. It helped them to win their division. And honestly, it just made me proud, bro. And I didn't even pick them. So,
bro, who would have thought? Who that Bengals, bro? I think one of the stats of the game, they said Jamar Chase had 266 yards receiving and that was more yards than Patrick Mahomes had passing. That was crazy, bro.
Crazy for real.
Bro, I think the tandem has the potential to be better than Carson and Chad Johnson.
And Chad Ochocinco. Yeah, definitely.
Carson Palmer and Chad Johnson. I think it has potential. They have to obviously show consistency and be healthy the next 2-3 years. But man, potential is sky high, bro. Like insane, bro. Like Joe Burrow, 4 TDs. Like I said, he was on fire. Really showed out that game. He said it clinched the division, clinched the playoffs. Bro, that was a statement game. That's what everyone's talking about Mahomes. Like, you need to start talking about, Joey B right now. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Show it up, fam.
Yo, honestly, they're a scary ass team going into the playoffs, bro. You need to really watch out for them. Like, that's key. Just not just the 4 TDs, but the 446 yards passing, bro. Like, which quarterback is throwing for that amount of yards, bro?
Crazy.
Like, no one is doing that but Joey B. Like, nah, he's the truth. He's the truth. And it's not just Jamar Chase, but it's also T. Higgins too. T. Higgins is literally is a wide receiver. Like, they got 2 wide receiver ones, bro, on each side. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
Bro, mixing in the backfield. They got a
backfield.
They got a nice squad, bro.
Yo, their squad is definitely scary. And their defense don't quit either. So honestly, I'd like.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing with the defense to me is that, like you said, their defense, them and the Chiefs defense are kind of similar. Like bend but don't break. You know, the Chiefs defense was playing a lot better going into the game last week with the Bengals. Because both defenses are kind of like bend but not break. Like I said, like the game last week against the Chiefs, they didn't get a sack. But like you said, like they did enough to win the game. So I feel like in the playoffs, that defense got to show up, bro. Because in the playoffs, like you said, things get tighter. They're gonna have to. They can't allow another 31 points.
Definitely.
Expect to win. Like, they're gonna have to make more timely stops. Obviously, it's harder in a game like Chiefs Bengals because it's a lot of passing. So as a defense, you're on the field longer because they're they're completing more, doing a lot more plays, a lot more. When it's a more passing game, the game's a lot faster than it was a running game, and so you're on the field a lot more as a defense. And so that's one of the disadvantages of being like a not air raid offense, but an offense that throws the ball a lot. And so I think their defense gonna have to play a lot better in the playoffs for them to, he said, like go far. But he said they're definitely dangerous, especially if Joey B plays like that. Oof. Time.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So shout out to your W, man. Honestly, like Bengals. Honestly, it's like the way that they play, bro. It makes it hard for me not to root for them. So it was a good pick on your part, and that's taught me a lesson, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
We should have just picked that game, dog. I would have won.
I know, right? But nah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it at the 5-game selection, So we also had the Cardinals. We also had the Cardinals and the Cowboys. And you already know I got that W because I picked the Cardinals and you picked the Cowboys. I know you didn't have as much faith in the Cardinals because they weren't playing as great, but I still had that small glimmer of hope. And I knew that they kind of needed to bring themselves back on the win column, leading into the playoffs. And Kyler Murray, man, he played a great game. Honestly, he was 26 for 38, 263 yards. Decent game, but you already know how Kyler plays. He's a dual threat, so he'll use his legs a little bit more often. Won't really pass for enough yards like that. Threw for 2 touchdowns, again, 2 great touchdowns. Chase Edmonds, was pretty sturdy too. 53 yards, but he was someone that you could also rely on. Christian Kirk, AJ Green. This new kid, this Wesley guy, I have no idea who he is, bro, but he be catching touchdowns, bro. He be catching touchdowns. Like you throw up a little jump ball up to him, he gonna come down with it. So I don't know who the hell he is. I feel like
balling,
but he balling. Yeah, like literally, I think the only reason why he playing is due to injuries. For DeAndre Hopkins and Rondale Moore. But yeah, this guy's stepping up, so he may be scary in the future too. But yeah, man, just great game by Arizona. Cowboys, man, they need to be a little bit more consistent. definitely, I don't feel like they on that consistent, train yet. They could very well disappoint in the playoffs as well. So I wouldn't put all my money in on the Cowboys ever.
Bro, you watched the game last night though? They blew out the Eagles. You lost the Eagles. They didn't have,
But they didn't have Jalen Hurts though. They were going against a Gardner Minshew. So,
bruh, they gained some momentum though. But like Dak didn't play that bad in the game against the Cardinals, like you said. Pretty tight game. Dak didn't play bad. They just didn't
make enough plays though.
And like I think Zeke only had like 19 yards rushing. I think Dak had the most yards rushing at 20 yards. So they didn't have that, that run pass balance. They said like sometimes with their OC Kellen Moore, they know that, Dak can get on a roll and, can really be, doing well in the passing. They don't really focus on the running game. You have Zeke, bro, especially down the stretch going to the playoffs. You got to feed Zeke, bro. You got to give him more touches, bro. I know they gave him 9 carries, he has 16 yards, so he wasn't really getting it going. So I probably felt like we're better off just passing the ball. But you got to give the defense, you got to give them something to bite on and play action and whatnot. You can't just, be so predictable you're going to pass the ball every single play. So, like I said, they need that more of that balance. We talked about it, many times. If they can establish that balance in the playoffs, they could be dangerous to Zeke if he gets going. Like I said, Dak's not playing pretty bad. Like, to be honest, I want to see who they match up in the playoffs because depending on who they match up with, bro, like I might pick the Cowboys to win.
I see. You still have that faith in them. Also, what's interesting about the Cowboys as well as their defense, specifically their DB play, specifically Trayvon Diggs. Now I know he's leading the league in interceptions with 11, I believe, but he's also known to give up the most amount of yards to receivers this year. I think he's led up 1,000 yards receiving, which is not good at all, right? It seems that quarterbacks are not afraid to throw to him. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of need more sound play from Trayvon Diggs. I think he takes a little bit too much risk, and sometimes you can see it works out for him here and there because definitely he it has to work out for you if you're coming out with 11 interceptions, but other aspects of his game definitely need to build up so that he's he's able to shut down the side of the field. I feel like that could help the Cowboys defense overall in their success because I believe just AJ Green was able to school Trayvon Diggs a couple times, that led to scores on the Arizona side. So if they're able to get more sound play, work on Trayvon Diggs. Like Trayvon Diggs, you got to work on your technique, bro. It definitely helped the Cowboys tremendously. But yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, he definitely reminds me a lot of like two players that can my name like a player that's retired and a player that's currently playing. One is Asante Samuels, kind of like if you all ever watch Asante Samuels play back in the day, especially the Patriots, the Eagles, he would be a guy that would jump a lot of routes. And similar to, I think in this day and age, Marcus Peters, he jumps routes like crazy.
Yeah, that's my comparison too.
That man be jumping routes. He be getting beat a lot because he's taking so much chances. He's kind of like one of those, DBs, I kind of have a little bit of that style play too. Like, you think, the players that are coming. So you're like, F it. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna jump at this route. Like,
Yeah, I feel you.
So I'm making this play. So I feel like you said, like, he's one of those DBs that, you attack him, but it's like, you're going to get a lot of yards, but he's also one of those, he's going to get a few of those guesses right. He's going to guess a lot of routes, and he's going to make plays on those guesses. So you say he's one of those, players that like to jump route, but you say he needs to be a little bit more disciplined. Like, kind of needs to maybe understand when to jump routes, like in terms of like the time and the place. Like,
exactly.
Okay, like I have a man over top or a man, if I jump this out route, I know there's going to be a linebacker that's going to be right there, mid tackle or whatnot. Or I got help over the top. So if I jump out and up, there's a guy over top. Like, kind of got to be smart with when you jump routes, kind of be more selective. Because in the playoffs, teams are going to attack that. They're going to think, be like we can go at him. And so like I said, like if he gets more discipline in terms of his, route selection on when to jump routes. Like you said, like could be like a lot better technically. But yeah, like that's my two comparisons for him. But yeah, I feel like the Cowboys, like you said, like they're gonna have to get together definitely in the playoffs. Like you saw in the last game, they played pretty well. They said it was Gardner Minshew. Exactly. So they gotta show up in the playoffs. But like I said, depending on the matchup, I might pick them to be honest. Like I'm gonna go head to head in the playoffs. If Dallas is facing the team I feel like they can win, especially in the first round, I'm gonna take them, fam, 100%.
I mean, I don't doubt that Dallas would get past the first round, but I don't see them getting any deeper than that. Maybe it depends on what their second matchup would be. You know what I'm saying? But we'll chalk it up again. That week 17 victory goes to me. What was another game that we had predictions on here? I believe we had guests on the we guessed on the Vikings and Packers, right?
Did we do that game?
Honestly, I don't even remember now. I only remember those two games. What other games did we?
We did Ravens.
We picked the Rams and the Ravens.
But that's kind of a crapshoot because I thought Lamar was gonna play, but it's Tyler Huntley again.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley. And the game was actually pretty close too.
Yeah, that was a real close
20-19. Man, Tyler Huntley, it's like we said last week's podcast or the week before, it's really the Ravens don't really drop off much with Tyler Huntley at quarterback. I mean, they don't have enough really to get over the hump of getting a victory, but they're able to still be in close games with you, especially with some good teams. And yeah, you can really see that because again, the score was 20-19, and it really took, some, extra heroics from Matthew Stafford, to basically, bring out the game. So, yeah, man.
No, it wasn't a very impressive win. Like I said, like, we won't talk too much about the game, but like, Lamar didn't play. But I feel like it's not a big drop off, but I feel like in certain areas, Lamar would have chances to win the game. They're both shifty players, but I feel like Lamar is a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more faster. They're both have good agility, but I feel like Lamar would have probably been I think he has right now a better. He has a better understanding of when to run and when to pass. I think he's because based off experience. So I feel like he still would have been, like you said, like a better version of Tyler Huntley and being able to make some plays to win the game. But it kind of sucks because they're not going to the playoffs. They even lost today against the Steelers. Steelers got in with that win. Which is interesting because we've been talking about Steelers all season, but they're not making the playoffs.
I was not thinking that at all.
Like I told you, I picked them many times and I've lost a few times with them. But like I said, Mike Tomlin is always gonna find a way, fam. I told you, he's never gonna have a losing season. Even they were like
crazy to me.
I think they were like 6-7. I'm like, fam, I don't care what the record is. Mike Tomlin is not having a losing record, and they might squeak in just on me based on the culture that Mike Tomlin sets with the Steelers, fam. Like crazy. They're in the playoffs, fam. Steelers, dog. That's crazy.
That's actually that dumbfounds me, bro, because I was not expecting that at all. Yeah. And then also I just also want to get back to kudos to OBJ, man. He really showing up. I know the stats, they're not really telling a good story, but he did make a clutch fourth down catch in that game against the Ravens, and also a clutch touchdown catch in order to bring them over the hump to win that game. So OBJ is actually proving to be a really great asset to the LA Rams offense. I mean, of course Cooper Kupp is going to get the majority of passes, but sometimes when you need catches the most, you see Matthew Stafford sometimes looking to OBJ and being able to trust in that and trust that he's going to make up make the play for him. So definitely that's an example of that was in this game. And again, it's great to see OBJ just flourishing in LA, man. And I feel like he's only going to get more targets as time goes on to play a key intricate member of the team within the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm happy for him that he's being like a team player on this team. Like you say, he's not getting too many touches. Like you said, he's had a touchdown the last like 4 or 5 games. So in that regard, he's been playing pretty well. But like I said, the stats don't really show the entire picture. Like he's being a real team player. He's not making a scene. Like I said, this could go the AB route too. This could go the route he was going on with the Giants and ended off with
OBJ's not that guy.
Yeah, like I said, he can make a big fuss about everyone says that wide receivers are divas. So he could kind of make a big fuss about not getting touches. Or he could be saying he's better than Cooper Kupp. He should be getting targets. He could be doing that, but he's not really doing that. Yeah. When he gets his chances, he's gonna capitalize. And I think he's like you said, he's looking at the bigger picture that a team that's gonna go in the playoffs, they could go far, depending on how well Matthew Stafford plays and their defense plays. So he's looking at like, I have opportunity to be back in the playoffs. They haven't been in a while. So they went 1 year with the Giants, I believe. But they haven't, what I mean? Yeah. But like I think he's more thinking about we have a chance at the playoffs. And I can have a big impact in the playoffs. Especially since teams in the playoffs are going to try to really concentrate on Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, exactly.
But interesting. Cooper Kupp didn't break the record last game. I don't know if he's going to on record to break the game that's on it right now against the 49ers. But
yeah, I actually see that game on right now.
What do you think about players breaking records with an extra game, fam? I don't think that should be.
You don't think it's fair, huh?
I don't think it's fair. I think it should be like an asterisk on all the records. Because they said like a lot of players are gonna break records today. Like TJ Walker break their record, the sack record, the straight hand record. A lot of players he did.
Yeah.
And they're saying like,
yeah. Wait. Shout out to TJ Watt. Yeah, we gotta give him his flowers still.
But is there an asterisk though? Is there an asterisk? Is there an asterisk though?
Nah, he had a special season. He had a special season still. He had a special season,
and like even without the game today, he would have came like second, I believe. Like
he would have been like second, right?
Yeah, so he is an all-time great year. I think his brother shouted him out saying, "Do it again next year," because he's the only player that his brother's the only player that I think JJ Watt's the only player that have like back-to-back 20 sack seasons. But yeah, he broke the record. I think, like I said, I think it should be asterisk because there's an extra game, fam. It's unfair for the players that played before, dog, under a 16-game schedule. Like, I don't know.
You bring up a great point still, because honestly, I wasn't even thinking like that. I was still thinking that, like, I wasn't even thinking about the extra game, to be honest. I forgot all about that. So you bring up a great point, bro. It's something to think about. And maybe, I mean, I guess them breaking the records, it doesn't mean as much now because, they have that extra game. If they were able to do it in a 16-game stretch, then definitely give them their flowers. But them only being able to break these records in the final game of the season where you have that extra game, I guess it shouldn't mean as much. So again, great point there. Shoot, man, it's something I didn't even really think about, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think even the players said, I think Cooper Kupp even said like his record should kind of be like with an asterisk. A lot of players are saying that they find it unfair because I think his record if Cooper Kupp gets it today, it would be the Megatron record. Megatron did it in 16 games, dog. Funny enough, like we said, with the same QB, Matt Stafford.
I know. But that just shows you what type of QB Matthew Stafford is, man.
If he likes you, fam,
if he loves you, bro, you get in the football, bro.
Get in the football, bro.
You getting that.
Like, gonna get that rock, dog.
Double, triple coverage, you get in the football, bro.
Yo, for real, I remember like those Megatron days.
Megatron, yeah, you used to look at Megatron's highlights, bro.
Triple coverage, and I guess the ball. Moss man, dog.
Megatron was coming down with them, though. Like, literally, that dude is a freak. Like,
bro, have we seen anything like Randy Moss? Like you said, that's where the phrase "you got Moss" comes from. Which to our fans listening, you got like getting mossed is basically it's a jump ball, and you're just out jumping the opposing player to get the ball. And so, that's where the phrase "you got mossed" from. And Megatron was one of the best at doing that. The best at jump ball situations, double team, triple team. Matt Stafford is like, hey man, you like 6'4", 6'5", just lob it up and it'll come down with the ball. So, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I think. Has there been a comparison since then? A guy that's been that dominant, deep ball on the jump ball.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
I think you have to go before to Randy Moss before Megatron, but in this era, there's not really anybody like that. That's just Moss and Nance out here.
Nah, yeah. And honestly, I feel like you gotta be out of a Calvin Johnson like stature. Like you have to have his body type in order to do those types of things. Like to be like 6'4" and run a 4.3 or 4.4. Like you gotta you gotta have those intangibles in order to win those type of jump ball situations, to have those great hands. Like because I can't see like a Jamar Chase or like like Jamar Chase not tall enough. Like he's not gonna win those jump ball situations every time. Like like even like the yeah, I just don't see like I don't see anyone else being able to do what Calvin Johnson has done. Like
crazy, man. Insane.
He was nicknamed Megatron for a reason, like, and it was in every sense of the name, like for real.
If y'all listening right now, you got to go on YouTube and just search like Calvin Johnson or Megatron, the Detroit Lions highlights. It's insane.
Honestly,
like he's not cooking, man. He's not breaking guys' ankles, but I mean the deep ball, out jumping guys, was insane during his career, and he retired like 29, age 30. So he could have played another 5-6 years, but he's like, nah, my body's too beat up, I'm too injured. Like I'm just not gonna play anymore. But great receiver.
Big facts. And yeah. You already know, when you get to that, to that highlight video, comment on YouTube that, the Josh Endeavor podcast sent you here.
Let him know, Doc.
Yeah, let him know where you came from.
Oh, man. Yeah. What about some games going on right now? Ooh, my Jets, we're close to the Bills, 7-13. Guys, we got a chance. We got a chance.
Don't kill me. I guess
49ers Rams. Ooh,
but even if you guys win that game, that's not gonna mean anything. Y'all go end the season 5-12, bro.
Hey, next year, dog. Next year.
Don't kill me. I doubt we'll see much changes. I don't know, man. I mean, y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna say Zach Wilson is a bad quarterback. It was just his first year as his rookie year. But he needs more around him.
He's a better O-line, which you've been talking about for a long time, but better O-line, better receivers. We can get a few in free agent.
Like a true wide receiver one. Y'all need a true wide receiver one because Braxton Berrios is not your guy.
He's not, but
Braxton Berrios is good.
He can be paired with a good receiver. He could be that slot receiver. Like he's
a great slot. He could be your Wes Welker for sure. But you need a true deep number one guy, a deep threat that is the number one guy. Corey Davis is not that guy. Corey Davis is a good number two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Corey Davis is a good number two. You need a true number one. Get you someone transcendent. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know is there
those guys don't live on guys. Those guys don't drop off trees, dog. Man said a true number one. We're gonna find a true number one receiver, dog.
Bro, there's bare number ones in this league. Man, they develop, there's true number ones that develop in this league.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah, because Crowder, I feel like you said like put Jameson Crowder and Braxton Berrios, keep them as our slot receivers, main slot receivers, and then get a true number receiver, and maybe like a nice tight end.
Yeah, a tight end won't hurt at all. Actually, he's pretty essential.
They give him some weapons and an O-line, but like I said, we're seeing a lot of things to get, but like it's hard to even get one of those things right now. Season, if we can get a couple of those pieces, step up next year, that'd be really good. Definitely be interesting. Like I want to see how Zach Wilson develops in year 2. And like I said, a lot of people, his stock is down. Everyone not really, hyping him up. But yeah, I want to see how he plays out in year 2. Like I said, we gave Sam Darnold like what 4 or 5 years, bro.
So let's give opportunities still.
Yeah, well, we get some weapons.
Well, other games I mean, you guys did get Elijah Moore, but Elijah Moore is still on the shorter end, like more of
the slot that he's
not guy. Like he's not. I wouldn't say Elijah Moore is a number one guy. Like Elijah Moore is really good. Like he's definitely made some noise while he was on the field. While he wasn't hurt, but. He's not a number one. Unfortunately, I mean, like, there's not going to be a lot of 5'9" guys that are going to be your number one guy. Like the last number one guy that was 5'9" was Steve Smith. You don't find a lot of Steve Smiths. bro. Like yo,
That guy was
like
special, dog.
that he was different type of attitude, bro. Man thought he was truly bigger than he was, bro. Like
He was basically, the way he played was like he was like a 6'2", 6'3" receiver, and that's how he played. He's like, I'm a big guy. I get the ball, I'm gonna run you over, I'm gonna stiff on you. I'm not gonna go down. Like he played with that.
Play mean, bro. Like he played straight mean.
Fighting man's like that dude was crazy. Y'all gotta watch another highlight to watch is Steve Smith highlights.
Yes,
the
sir.
Steve Smith that played with the Panthers, not the one with the Giants, one with the Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Man, it's not even. I don't even know if they made highlights for that guy.
Probably not. Get a big catch in the Super Bowl, dog. Probably.
He did. Honestly, I don't even remember it. But
in the second one against the Patriots, second one. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fam. What other games going on, dog? Who else played and won today, dog? Like I said, Browns to the Bengals. We spoke. We didn't speak about that yet, but both QBs, third QBs were out. Joey B was out. Baker Mayfield, like we said, like, bro, like he's out for the game with a shoulder surgery, but he said it could be a way to get another year. Saying, "Oh, my shoulder was hurt the whole year. I wasn't healthy." He could use that as an excuse.
Yeah, he could, but honestly, it's not like it's just an excuse at this point because I don't see him getting any better. Like what is a healthy Baker Mayfield gonna do? You know, like you gonna hand off the ball to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. That's what you gonna do, bro. Because if we keep the ball in your hands, you're gonna turn it over. You're not gonna make enough plays to win a game by yourself. That's just not the type of guy you are. So,
okay, so like last year, this year, how well Baker played last year compared to this year, like it's a huge difference. I guess that 1 year last year gives him another year. I'm guessing they're gonna give him another year's chance based off of what he did last year. Because he's gonna say last year I played well, this year I was hurt, so give me a chance. Look what I can do when I'm healthy. So I think that's how they're gonna kind of write the script, dog.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they can write the script that way, but it's just an excuse at this point.
I found crazy. We'll see how that plays out next year in free agency. Hopefully, I don't know what they're gonna do. They said they might keep him, they might not keep him. Yeah.
My bad.
No worries. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they might keep him, they might not keep him, but yeah. That was earlier today. Browns won 21-16. Like we talk about as well. Lions beat the Packers, but Aaron Rodgers was actually playing pretty well. I think it was like 14 for 18 through two touchdowns in the first half. So like, he could have easily put that out in the second half and just cooked them.
But they took him out though.
They put Jordan Love in, yeah.
But you got to give these starters a rest, man. Again, it's the final game of the season. They're looking for bigger and better things. The Lions can put all their firepower in this final game because they have nothing else to play for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's literally like that. And I believe, they threw the whole playbook at Green Bay in this game, bro. You saw every sort of trickery. Yeah. I don't know if they did a fake punt, but they did like a triple end around type thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I seen that,
yeah. Like basically threw whatever they could at Green Bay because they needed to win this game or end the season on a high for overall an unsuccessful season.
But they're Lions team. To be honest, I think they said like they've never lost a game, or they only lost 1 or 2 games by more than 14 points. Meaning like every game was like 7 points or 14-point game. I mean, they were in a lot of games, so like they didn't have a lot of talent this year. So think about that. They didn't have a lot of talent, and they were within reach in every single game, despite how we think about Jared Goff. That means that hey, maybe they're not doing that. They're like, there's hope. Like they get a few more pieces, some free agents, some good draft picks. They can kind of win some of those games next year, dog. So interesting.
And they actually did have some people, some dudes emerge like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like that is actually a problem. I feel like this is probably one of the best drafts for wide receivers. This past draft, the 2020 draft, man, definitely. Or sorry, 2021 draft is definitely one of the best drafts for receivers, man. Because there's some gems that came from that class, bro. Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, Elijah Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who else? There's definitely more that I'm missing, but there's dudes. Oh, Devontae
Devontae
Smith.
Smith
Like,
of
what?
the Eagles. Yeah,
How did I forget about him? Like,
it's a good receiver class, bro.
yeah,
I will
great
admit that
wide
as well.
receiver class.
You said like Amon St. Brown went over 100 yards again today. So a
Mhm.
lot of potential next year. Maybe they get another receiver in this year's draft. They said they're gonna have a top 3, top 4 pick. I think they might have the number 2, number 3 pick. I don't know if you get a receiver there, but maybe you get a receiver in the second round or something. Like I said, I think the first round maybe that have a pick, you get an O lineman because there's not any good QBs in this year's draft. So they'll probably stick with Jared Goff for another year.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Goff is. I feel like he's decent as your starting quarterback. Like if you put pieces around him, he actually. I'm not saying he'll be the most consistent, but he'll be a pretty decent starting quarterback for you. You know what I'm saying? Decent.
Yeah. I think with more weapons, we'll see like how we can really judge him. If he has weapons next year and doesn't play well, we're like, okay, he's not the guy. They should replace him. So they give him another year, some more weapons, and see how he plays out. Another game, Vikings beat the Bears. It doesn't mean much. Both teams are out of the playoffs. At this point, it's like just putting up yards, fighting, playing for pride.
Yeah, I
Vikings
believe
finished,
they were trying to help. What's his name?
Cousins.
What's his name?
The receiver.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson.
How can I disrespect my dude Jettas like that? But yeah, he broke Randy Moss's record, I believe, for most receiving yards on the Vikings, I believe.
Yeah. In the regular season.
Yeah,
he hit over 100 yards receiving today, so I think he gets that record. It's like you said, it's in an 18-week season, 17 games. It counts, but but yeah, he had an extra game, but yeah, he still breaks it. Randy Moss is he's a GOAT, bro. So
yeah, definitely,
especially
on the Vikings days.
Like I'm still a Jerry Rice guy, but Randy Moss is right there though. He's right there, 2 or 3, depending on who you think is the best receivers. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeez, who are your top 3, bro?
Ooh, top 3 receivers. People don't want me to say this, but I was a huge T.O. fan.
I was a huge T.O. fan too.
Like a huge T.O. fan. Like I liked him better, even though him and Randy Moss had huge personalities. I don't know why I liked him better than Moss, even though everyone's like, "Oh, you're crazy! Look at Moss's stats compared to T.O. stats." But I mean, one was Jerry Rice, of course, no debate. You've seen him play consistency, the yards, the catch, everything was just like flawless.
He was the blueprint still. He was the blueprint.
Flawless. To me, it was him. I know I'm missing somebody, but I'm gonna go him. My favorite, T.O. And third is gonna be for me, Moss. My top 3. I know I'm probably missing someone big, but that's my top 3.
Nah, that's basically who I would put at my top 3 too.
Who you have?
I know some people I put at my top 3 the same way, the same exact way. But literally, some people there'd be some people would be like, "Oh, where would you put Chad Johnson in there?" Or like, you're missing who's another receiver that you probably put in that?
Megatron was good, but I don't know if he's top 3, top 4. Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron. I feel like if you played more years, then maybe you can make a better argument for him. But the skill was there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how high you would put Megatron. But yeah, that would be my same exact. I put T.O. like literally right at 2, right under Jerry Rice, man, and then Moss at 3.
And what's crazy that a lot of those players played in this, like if you say like Jerry Rice played with T.O., it's crazy. They play on the same team at the end of Steve Young's career. And then, with Moss, he played with Chris Carter. Now that Chris Carter is another great receiver. It's like, that's crazy. Like those guys were on the same team at one time. Ross and T.O. Rice and T.O. and then Moss and Chris Carter. It's crazy. Like the tandem.
That's definitely crazy to think about still. It's like, that's basically legends, basically, just playing on the field.
Insane. Who's your top DBs?
Jeez, man. Obviously, you gotta put prime time at number 1. Man, like if you put primetime anywhere other than one, then who are you? Like, like what do you know? What do you know about football, bro? Geez, primetime.
Deion Sanders, for those who don't listen, Deion Sanders is prime time, the GOAT of DBs.
Yeah, for sure. Then maybe I put Rod Woodson, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like
probably,
Rod Woodson.
I know he played both safety and corner, but I think definitely he has to be up there. Rod Woodson has to be up there. And then 3, shoot, I'm trying to think, like 3.
I feel like DBs. I feel like I need to really think about that for DB.
Yeah, I'd have to really think about that. But Prime is definitely number 1.
Yeah, I like Rod. That's a great pick, Rod Woodson.
Darrell Revis 3.
You gotta put Revis up there for sure.
Gotta put Revis up there. Revis Island. That was literally like a time peak. Like that was literally like that was one of New York Jets. Like that's when they were good. Like those were their good years.
Bro,
with Revis Island.
Me, like you said, would be primetime, Revis number 2, and number 3. I like Rod Woodson a lot. He's more known for when he plays safety toward the end of the career, but he's a great corner. He said 3, Champ Bailey, dog. I mean,
Champ Bailey.
Champ was nice. Champ was nice. Champ
Bailey was definitely nice though.
His prime was nice. That's my top 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, prime Champ Bailey on the Broncos.
Man, shut down corner, dog.
Definitely, he was shut down in his time still.
But what sucks about this era is that, to me, like you said, everyone listening, Deion Sanders was true shutdown. QBs didn't want to throw the ball his way. 4-3 guy, can flip his hips really well. Man-to-man coverage. The original OG of man-to-man, you know. And then, like I said, we have Revis, who was another great man-to-man receiver. A lot of people say, he's a little bit like a system. He played West Ryan system, but you know, he was another like shutdown corner.
He shut down a side of the field, bro. That's your measurement right there.
Like that's why people are like, when he was arguing with Sherman was like, I'm better than you in your prime. Then I'm like, Sherman, I'm like, bro, I don't think Sherman understands. Like Richard Sherman was good. I think
he's good, but he's a zone corner. Like, you need to realize that.
Way different styles. Like Revis was man to man. Right? Shut down a side of the field. Revis Island. That's what they call it. You went on Revis's Island, you're not getting off. Talk to Chad Johnson about Revis Island. Talk to T.O. a little bit about Revis Island. Not a lot of guys got out of there with, big games, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
And so, Revis Island, crazy. And Champ Bailey, very underrated. Played against a lot of good receivers in that era as well.
Really Champ Bailey definitely deserves to be on that list, like, for sure.
And you can see there's a few hard hitters. Jack Tatum on the Raiders go back in the day. He was more of like, I think he was more of a safety kind of corner hybrid. This dude was like layman's out, dog, like crazy.
Woodson.
Charles Wilson, another one that we forgot about. Great.
But he's also like I wouldn't say he really shut down guys, but he was a playmaker. He was a good all around corner. Yeah. So I put him in maybe like top 5.
Yeah. Charles Woodson definitely up there. Great corner, you said. But so there's different, like, to me, there's like Deion Sanders was the difference between why everyone called Deion Sanders primetime and why he was regarded as number 1 in DB is because not only did he shoot down man to man, he made plays. So the knock against Revis is that Revis is my guy, especially coming from the Jets. Locking him man to man, when the ball's in the air, he would more go for the bat down. You know what I mean? Which is great. You shut down a receiver, bat the ball down, or a receiver wouldn't even get close, or the QB wouldn't even target him, so he shut down the side of the field. But I feel like prime time, he had the same limited amount of opportunities, I guess, in terms of QBs targeting him, but he just made more plays, bro. Definitely. I think he still leads the league. I could be wrong. In DBs with touchdowns from interceptions. I think he still has that record. So that shows he's a playmaker.
He always made something happen with the ball in his hands, bro. Like definitely, like from the moment, because I believe in his first game on Atlanta Falcons, as soon as he entered the league, he scored like a touchdown on punt return. Like he was just an amazing play waiting to happen, like literally. So
insane,
bro. If he picks you off, he run that back for 6. Another player like that, Ed Reed.
Oh, we're talking about safeties now. Ooh.
Now, if we get into the safety game, Ed Reed, it's like it's either Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu. Like, who's your number one, bro?
And then
I'm gonna put Ed Reed up there still.
We have some guys that no one really talk about. I know he wasn't a cover safety, but a man that you fair across the middle, Brian Dawkins.
Oh, Dawkins! Oh, of course.
I'm not down the middle. You don't want to catch the ball down the middle. Brian Dawkins gonna lay you out, dog.
That dude was a different animal for real, bro. Just ain't nobody played the game like how he played with the amount of like just his spirit, bro. Like literally his enthusiasm within the game, bro. Like
now we dropping a lot of players that a lot of people should search up in the podcast, bro. My goodness.
For real. And again, tell him, drop in the comments after you watch those YouTube highlights. The Josh and Dever podcast sent you. Real talk.
Oh man.
Crazy, Brian Dawkins, jeez, bro. Like literally, I wanted to have the same enthusiasm that Brian Dawkins had, bro. I didn't really have it in me. I knew I got like I'd get amped here and there, but the way Brian Dawkins played that game,
straight motivated. I used to watch his YouTube highlights, like of him motivating the team before the game. Do you feel me? Do you feel that in your chest right now?
I'm
getting so hyped. I'll be like, I can ready to play right now.
Nah, this guy could hype up anyone, bro. Him and Ray Lewis, bro. They were those type of guys still. I wish I had that enthusiasm and that overall presence where it's like, I could drop everyone in my huddle right now and just, talk to everybody. Because me, like, back when I was playing football, back when we were playing football, bro, I was more of like a, like lead by example. Like I wasn't going to really talk, I wasn't going to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
I was just having fun out there. For me, it was like, I'm playing a game that I love. So I'm just going to have fun. Like, I don't really like, I was still like a little bit of raw, but I wasn't like, I was always the guy in the back. I was never the one like leading or anything like that. But crazy, man. Brian Dawkins, bro. Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins definitely up there, but he's gonna be my 3 because I'm putting Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, and Brian Dawkins. If anything, I might even be missing a safety. To be honest,
they're on the same era. They're the man from the Saints. He's in prison now, but he's great.
Oh, you're talking about not Harper, Sharper,
Darren Sharper.
That dude is a slime ball though. That guy's a slime ball. I just watched a YouTube video the other day, just like because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like it jogged my memories to like his whole story. That dude is a slime ball. I'm just like,
great player, but like off the field, whoa.
Yeah,
don't even go down that rabbit hole, y'all.
He's a true criminal. He's a true criminal.
Pray upon the young girls, dog.
Guys, don't please protect our women, bro. Like honestly, you don't want dudes like Darren Sharper around your women, bro.
Oh man,
criminal.
Oh man.
But yeah, he was nice though. He actually was nice.
Like a lot of people say, "Oh, John Lynch." I'm like, don't even put John Lynch.
I wouldn't put John Lynch up that high, man.
He was a hard hitter, but like
he was a true tackle machine.
Yeah,
though.
He was like a linebacker. To me, he was like a. I don't know. He reminded me of a linebacker.
He was really like a in the box type linebacker. Really, like he's almost like a linebacker. Call him like a hybrid linebacker almost, because he's really in the box, like tackle machine. Like like literally that man just had a wide ass neck, just ready to hit you, bro. Like what I'm saying, like. But in terms of the coverage, man, and in terms of what you do with the ball in your hands, Ed Reed, bro, is. Like ain't nobody on that level. That boy literally bait quarterbacks. Like I wish.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I think we just lost our boy Josh. Technical difficulties. He should be back any second. Right now. See if we can get him back in the podcast right here. But we're having a great conversation. Ed Reed, the way he would play coverages, bait guys, pretend like he's in man to man, but then he's in a zone coverage. He's picking the ball off. Let's see if we can get Josh back in here real quick.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
We back. Again, your technical difficulties, yo. You know how it is, man. In the new thing. But yeah, I was talking about Ed Reed, right? We were talking about our, greatest safeties. As I said, Ed Reed, bro. When I'm telling you the way that he baited quarterbacks, bro, like literally, it was never safe to just toss up the ball anywhere in the middle, or just the range that Ed Reed had, bro. I mean, it wasn't safe to throw the ball down the field at all. And then once he catches it, he's running down. He's scoring a touchdown, bro. He's looking to score a touchdown. Man was just crafty with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, all time, quarterback baiter in terms of showing one coverage and doing another coverage. I remember watching a Patriots documentary where Tom Brady's like with Bill Belichick, and he's like, he's supposed to be on the left side in zone coverage, and then he drops off to the right side and like jumps across and around. He's like, he's not supposed to be there. That's not his responsibility. So Ed Reed just made a play that he knew was coming based off a route concept and jumped the route to get an interception. But he was like supposed to be on the opposite side of the field. I mean, a lot of men don't have that green light. You do that in some games, coaches will yank you down. What are you doing?
Yeah, Fox.
That dude was an all-time great, all-time great player.
That man had the ultimate free range. Like,
yeah, man, insane.
Like I'm telling you, like I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, Ed Reed. Like I literally wish I had that. But yeah, man, that dude was special.
Man, yeah, so give y'all a little bit of history lessons right there. A lot of great players that played.
Yeah, facts.
I've been watching the game for a long time, dog.
Yeah, a lot of greats, man. A lot of greats. A lot of guys that we tried to model our games after too. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of good examples. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of good examples that you could watch growing up, and that would show you how to play the game the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there wasn't. I feel like our era was kind of the best era. I mean, like these days, like, who do you think is the players that are really special that players can model the game off? I don't think there's as much impact players, I guess, on defense as it was when we were playing football. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, on the defensive side, like, what safeties are like really killing it like that? Where, I mean, I know everyone's talking about, the Legion of Boom with the Seahawks. They had
I used to watch Earl Thomas like that.
Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor. Obviously, they had Sherman.
I used to watch them heavy, but yeah, you're like, that's a great question. I mean, there's definitely great safeties out there today.
Their impact is not. I don't feel like it's. I think
those guys are all at the same level.
Troy, Ed Reed, Dawkins, these guys are all Hall of Famers.
Yeah, It's not. It's definitely not at the same level, because if you're looking at safeties today, you're probably looking at like Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah.
Probably looking at Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams is not even a full all-around safety. Like he's box. More of a like a in the box, like I'll tackle you, you know what I'm saying? But in coverage wise, still has something to work on there.
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker is a great example. I feel like if there's anyone to watch, Buda Baker is your dude to watch. Bates on the Bengals, he's decent.
Yeah,
has pretty good range at free safety.
Yeah, like I feel like
other than that, everyone else is just trying to prove themselves, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of players, they say they're still trying to carve their career out in the league, and so yeah, still like a lot of like, they could be great players in 5 to 6 years that have that same impact. But yeah, I feel like our era, like, we just had so much great players. It's crazy.
Yeah, we did. Definitely did.
Yeah, so this game going on. We talked about a lot. Let's go into, we can make. Is there any predictions we can make
for wild card? Yeah, let's get into it. because we getting into playoff football now, bro. The most exciting time. Let's get into it.
They haven't made I don't think they can make the matchups yet. I think there's still
they can't make it. Yeah,
until Chargers Raiders, dog. There's one more game, Chargers Raiders tonight, but other than that, like the matchups aren't set until they play.
They're all to be determined.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole another podcast for
on Friday, dog.
So, yeah.
But yeah, y'all, we gave you a lot of gems today. Talking about a lot of great players.
Gems.
Talk about the games last week. Talk about the games, some of the games going on this week. He said we'll do a podcast before the games next week. We'll kind of talk about, who we think is gonna win those matches in the playoffs. But yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta tune in. Hope y'all appreciate a lot of the stories and a lot of the players we talked about, and a lot of the gems. And always giving y'all great content right here.
Yes, sir. You already know. And thanks. Yeah, we appreciate y'all for listening. Honestly, keep tuning in, man. More gems to come, man. And yeah, we might take you guys back down some more memory lanes. Talk about more football history. We're just gonna keep giving you guys that content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we appreciate it. We've been talking to y'all for a long time. Give y'all a bit of a break. See y'all back next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Josh and Denver, the Denver and Josh podcast. We'll holler at y'all later.
You already know. Peace, blessings.
Peace.